What up everyone, Alex Anthony here, and I got some more Giratina VSTAR gameplay for you today. I'm using the exact same list that I was in my last video, and if you didn't see that, I got a quick little rundown here. Main attacker, it's got a 2-3 line of Giratina VSTAR, 2-3 because we play a Thorton in this deck, which allows us to get Giratina V back from our discard pile, put them in play with any basic Pokemon, and then evolve them into one of our 3 Giratina VSTAR. 4 Comfey, super standard. Sableye, 2 Cramorant are relatively standard. You can go 1 or 2 Cramorant. Lumineon, I would say, is the staple support Pokemon. It's just very nice, I would say, over something like Crobat, personally. Radiant Greninja is the staple Radiant of the deck, and this deck plays Zigzagoon. This is not the deck list that I'm currently playing at the moment, but this is what I played for this gameplay. I've switched it up a little bit, but honestly, this is still a very good list. I just like a couple things a little bit differently, but we'll get to that in a future video. 4 Battle VIP, very standard. Energy Recycler and Ordinary Rod, very important for getting energy back, along with Training Court. 2 Escape Rope, 1 Switch for our maneuvering options. Lost Vacuum for helping build up our Lost Zone. Mirage Gate and Colress are very staple 4-ofs in Lost Zone decks. 3 Quick Ball, you can go 4, you can go 2. This deck list here does not play a Hisuian Heavy Ball, which I currently do like to play. You know, some people like to play Ultra Ball or Evolution Incense, so there's a lot of different ways you can play it. 2 Air Balloon, you can go many ways with the, you know, pivoting options and with the tool cards as well. And for the energy count, we are playing a 2, 3, 4, 5 of Capture, Water, Grass, and Psychic. Currently, I think I'm playing like 1 less Psychic, and yeah, that's been fine for me because we have so much energy recovery. But I just want to show you the deck real quick, so let's get into the gameplay. This is a game that I played, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, but it was really cool. I recorded it, I wanted to show you all. So we were against a metal deck. I always choose heads when I'm going to pick the coin flip. I don't know why heads always been my lucky choice. It's opponent's turn, and that's not even a bad thing for us every time, because if, like in this exact instance, if we start with a Colress experiment, it's a great way to start building up our Lost Zone turn 1. It would be nice to have a few more Pokemon in play, but that's okay. So we're playing up against a Zacian V. Zacian V can pair with a lot of things. Looks like they've got a Zamazenta on the bench. No Arceus, nothing like that. They just use their Intrepid Sword, and they miss on the all 3. Intrepid Sword allows you to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, attach any metal energy to that Pokemon, and if they're not metal energy, you can just put the cards in your hand. So here I make a really risky and almost potentially horrible decision. It might actually be a really horrible decision. I choose to go with an energy over my Giratina VSTAR because I did not want to I did not want to Lost Zone 2 energy straight out the gate. Because I know that very often in the game, you're going to have to Lost Zone other energy. Even with Giratina's attack, you're going to have to Lost Zone some energy. So right now, I'm just trying to build up my everything, you know. I didn't want to get rid of a Giratina V because I only have the 2 of them in the deck. So I needed to at least get that going. This is definitely, though, a slower start. However, one thing that I've noticed against Zacian decks is they usually don't play like a very turbo-y type style. So I felt pretty confident at this exact moment that if I just kind of like held, that I would not get destroyed for it. Like, they weren't going to attach 2 energy to the active and then boss up Giratina and take the KO. They weren't going to, you know, do something crazy. I definitely could have done more things this turn. Instead of attaching to Giratina, I could have attached to Comfey and retreated Quick Ball into another Comfey. I probably don't need both Boss's orders. I probably don't need the Zigzagoon in this matchup. So I could have Quick Balled away a few things and gotten another Comfey and kept it all going, but I just didn't see it as like 100% necessary. I kind of wanted to just wait and use the Quick Ball the following turn for a Lumineon and use that for a Colress, because I didn't have any guaranteed way to keep building up. So here they had to research, which is always great to see. That means we're not getting bossed up. They had to get rid of a boss, a Tool Scrapper, and an Escape Rope with all that. And then they got a Zacian V Union in play, and that is something I've never seen before. Now, the Mewtwo V Union has risen in popularity a lot over the last like 4 or 5 months. I believe it was NAIC that it kind of first came into play, and then since then it's been relatively popular. But the other V Unions aren't as popular, and they're not as good, honestly. The main thing about the Mewtwo, I would say, is its attacks and its abilities. I was playing as a Mewtwo V Union once with Giratina VSTAR, and it has an ability that prevents all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon, and I didn't read that, and I tried to use Start Requiem, and it just didn't work at all, and I was heartbroken. So always read your opponent's cards, especially the ones that have 4 pieces to the puzzle. So here we flower selecting, and we're able to get, okay, that's right, we took the Scoop Up Net. We took the Scoop Up Net because we already had the Quick Ball in hand. So I wanted to Quick Ball and find my Lumineon. I got rid of the Sableye, maybe not the best choice. I probably should have got rid of the Zigzagoon, honestly. When I was up against a lot of V Pokemon, I usually don't opt for the Sableye in a lot of instances, but they did have a few non-V Pokemon on the bench, so I should have done that. But my Lumineon was prized, and this deck does not play the Hisuian Heavy Ball, so there is zero way to get that out. So I just opted to grab another Comfey, because that's my second best choice to build up cards into the Lost Zone. I really wanted to use the Lumineon to get my guaranteed Colress. It's really important to get another Colress. If, you know, basically every turn. The first 2 or 3 turns of the game, you're gonna want to be using Colress Experiment to build up your Lost Zone. So here, easy choice. Gotta discard one of the Cramorant, so that's fine. It's nice that we played 2. And I put the Air Balloon on the Comfey, and I believe I retreat into another Comfey. Yep, keep flower selecting, just trying to build it all up. I go with the Mirage Gate because this is why earlier on I got rid of the V-Star, because I knew there was gonna be instances later on when I was gonna have to Lost Zone another energy. So this is my second Psychic Energy that I've already Lost Zoned. It's nice to, when you do Lost Zone energy, to like not have to keep doing the same one. This deck plays 4 different types of energy, so the fact that I had to do 2 that were already Psychic was, maybe I should have even done the Mirage Gate, honestly, because I might have really wanted that Psychic Energy over the second Mirage Gate. Really hard to see. So in this exact instance here, I could have done a lot of things. I could have kept going. I could have kept digging. I could have escape roped into my next Comfey, but wait, do I escape rope? Oh, I do. So here's what I do. I escape rope, and what I do is I wanted to see what they did. If they put up one of the Bronzor, I'm sorry, then I was gonna bring up my Cramorant and use that to attack. If they brought up the Comfey, I meant to say if they bring up one of their Zamazenta or Zacian, not the Comfey. They can't bring up the Comfey. That's my card. I was going to use the flower selecting again to dig a little bit more. The main reason being because I can't get a KO with Cramorant on Zamazenta. So I figured if I just want another card to play with. So if I could get that card from the prizes, cool, I'm going to take that. If I can get my card from the flower selecting, cool, I'm going to take that. Either way, I'm probably going to get KO'd the next turn. So it didn't really matter which card, in my opinion, I left up there to get KO'd. It's probably better to let the Comfey get KO'd, considering I have 2 of them, you know, and one as the Air Balloon. And I already had to Lost Zone my second Cramorant, so the only way to get this one back would be to use my 1 Ordinary Rod. Opponent plays Familiar Bell, which is something I've honestly never seen before. It's a cool little tech to get your Lost Zone, to get your V-Union built up. And yeah, the V-Union decks just require specific cards. Like Ultra Ball is like the only way to really search out one of those cards, unless you apparently have them in the deck. Or I'm sorry, in the discard, and then you can use this Familiar Bell. And they get the Bronzong up, which allows them to switch their Metal Energy, which is going to give them the first KO, which is fine. They were able to get the Zamazenta up as well when I used the Escape Rope, not a Zacian, which is nice for them because they attack for 130, and well, for them it's a cool little tech because I think that it makes you discard Special Energy as well, if I remember correctly. This deck barely plays Special Energy, so it's kind of not really that important, but it can attack the next turn, whereas Zacian cannot attack if it attacks that turn with its very heavy hitting, I believe it's 230 attack. So here we just go for another flower selecting, I believe. I don't know what's taking me so long. Oh, I already did flower select. So I'm going to go Radiant Greninja, conceal cards. We're still digging. This is not that great of a situation. And at this exact moment, I'm really feeling the pain of Lost Zoning my V-Star. I really want Giratina V-Star right now. I really want to be attacking this exact turn and getting a return KO, getting all those energy off the board, and yeah, putting on my end of the pressure. So this is definitely one of the slower games that I've had to go with, and I opted to go with the Cramorant and take out the Bronzong to try to slow my opponent down. It's a bit of like a stall play. I think I capture energy here for another Giratina V because I didn't want to leave myself exposed to like a boss play where they just boss up my 1 Giratina and you know, not in the best position, but this is luckily why we play Thorton. But I did want to still play Colress if I could. So there's a lot of things going on right now. This is not my smoothest, you know, start, second turn, third turn. Like, this was my third turn of the game, and I get the most glorious prize card. I mean, what a very, very lucky prize card for the Giratina V-Star. So now next turn I can actually start powering up and attacking and getting something going. So they attach to their Zacian, and they just want to keep, you know, their secondary attacker kind of getting built up. But my opponent actually has like a bit of a slower turn themselves. They use Primate Wisdom, switch the top card of their deck, get a Professor's Research, which is the second time they've had to discard 4 cards from their hand. And that's another boss, I believe. I think they already discarded 1. So they're down to 12 cards in their deck, which with the Zacian deck, it just kind of like is unfortunate for them because that is a lot of resources that are gone. Like, I have 19 cards in my deck, and that's pretty standard for a Giratina deck. But a Zacian deck having 12 cards at this point, they did go first, it's very slow. And like, off of that research, they didn't play anything else, and they have all 4 pieces in the discard. So I was kind of like curious when they were going to bring it up, if they were going to bring it up, because as soon as they brought it up, I was going to boss it up and try to get that Star Requiem off. So I am not super proud of this turn. I actually end up misplaying it pretty hard in my opinion, but we're gonna run with it. So I got 8 cards in the Lost Zone right now. It was 3 energy and then those 5 first cards. So I evolve to Giratina V-Star. I will attach an energy, get this thing powered up, and here's how I mess up. My main goal right now should be to get 10 cards in the Lost Zone, use Star Requiem, not discard any energy, and knock out this Zamazenta. And in the end, that's not what ends up happening, and it could have happened. I ended up just honestly playing too conservative this game, which is very weird for me. Like, as you've noticed, there's like been many turns where I've had additional plays that I could have made, but I don't make them, and I'm almost like waiting for the next turn, where I usually don't play that way. It's because I'm playing against a Zamazenta Zacian deck, where at this point in time, you're like, I don't see any more like sauce, I don't see any more like threats, I don't see anything like crazy to be afraid of. And I've played against this kind of deck, you know, numerous times. It's like pretty much the oldest archetype in the Sword and Shield era, the representatives of the meta. So here what I should have done was go into my other Comfey. I should have gone into my other Comfey. I kind of forgot that I got that extra Scoop Up Net right there, because I could have done that. And I'm even looking at it right now, I'm like, damn, I'm stupid, I'm really dumb. And I also should have Mirage Gated onto my second Giratina just to power it up, and you'll see why very soon. For multiple reasons, I could have used those energy to discard, so I'd have to discard it from this Giratina. But ultimately, the big mistake was I should have retreated the first Comfey into my second Comfey, got my 10th card into the Lost Zone, and then I could have Scoop Up Netted that Comfey into this Giratina V-Star, use Star Requiem for an auto KO, not had to Lost Zone any energy, and then I could have used Lost Impact the next turn for this second knockout. Whereas now I have to do it in the opposite direction, and that just, I don't know, feels dumb. So we get my Marnie, which is fine, and our hand is actually super lucky because of it. So we had to put the 2 Mirage Gate in the bottom of the deck, and then we got back 2 more Mirage Gate. So this was just a super, super lucky Marnie. This could have gone way worse, and we got a switch card as well. So I could have switched into my flower selecting, my Air Balloon Comfey, use flower selecting to keep digging if I needed to. So this looks like a meh Marnie, but it actually isn't that bad. And then we got the Energy Recycler back as well, which was just super dope, because now we can truly make everything happen that we need to happen. Thorton is not necessary at this point in time. I've actually stopped playing with Thorton because I just never actually was able to make a play with it. It is a cool tech card. Like, you can turn a Comfey into a Giratina V-Star, basically, which is very cool. But I haven't found a use for it yet, so it's not in my current build. So I'm going to use my Mirage Gate here, and I didn't realize at the time that I didn't have any grass energy in the deck, so I should have used the Energy Recycler first. Huge mistake here, absolutely huge mistake, but you live and you learn. So this is a game where I made mistakes and was still able to play well enough, I feel like. That's just the power of Giratina V-Star. So I now decide to Energy Recycler. Luckily, I have the 2 Mirage Gate in my hand, and then I get all 5 of these back into the deck, which is just fantastic, fantastic. So we will use our second Mirage Gate to get a grass energy onto Giratina V-Star, and this is why I think the, I don't know how to word it, the sequencing is such a big deal, because it would have been really nice to not have to put the third energy on to get this KO here. If I, wait, did I could have Star Requiemed, or is this my first, no, this is my, yeah, this is my Lost Impact. So, no, I could have Star Requiemed. Why did I put that? See, this is how dumb I'm playing. I don't know why I powered this thing up fully. I think I'm just not thinking, honestly, during this game. I made a couple of mistakes. That's definitely one of them. Yeah, that is definitely one of them. I should not have left those 3 energy on there. I don't know. Sometimes you play bad, folks. Sometimes you play bad. This is, I guess, a better example of the power of Giratina V-Star and not a display of my skill, because I've messed up pretty much the last multiple turns. And yeah, multiple times in multiple turns. But hey, where would the fun be if I only showed my perfect plays and I only showed where I was doing everything 100% correctly? Because, you know, we're all human. We live and we learn and we have to get better. And this is actually a really cool way for me personally to get better at the game, is like watching some of my old gameplay and looking at the exact mistakes that I made. And at this exact moment, it was really cool to see the concede. Like, I never actually got punished for my mistake. My opponent ran out of energy. They were down to 10 cards. I don't know if you folks saw when I checked the discard pile last, but they used all of their saucers, all their metal saucers, so they had no way to power it up. No way to power up their bench. I'm not really sure what they were doing with the Articuno, but this was a game where Giratina just busted through the competition. Can't really ask for too much more than that. Just so you folks know, you still got time. Free card giveaway 23 is still up for another week and a half or so, giving away an entire booster box of Lost Origin to 4 different winners, so get in that ASAP. Every person you recommend to the channel, just have them put your name as a referral in the comments, and that will get you 5 extra entries into the giveaway. And every video of mine that you comment on for the duration of this giveaway will also get you 1 additional entry into the contest. Some people have like 50 entries right now, so you can still get up there. Also, folks, hop in the Discord. We have an amazing Discord group, a lot of awesome people. Just gonna scroll through here real quick, see some of my awesome posts, some of my favorite people from the last week or so. And then we also have this little monthly giveaway tab here as well. Just 1 post in this giveaway tab will get you entered into our monthly giveaway. So that's really awesome as well. We do 9 booster pack mix every single month. So all you gotta do is make 1 little post in there every single month, and that gets you entered into that as well. So we're currently giving away 45 booster packs between this giveaway and free card giveaway 23. And then just hop in the Discord. It's a great place. A lot of other PokeTubers in there. So if you got a channel and you want to share it, hop in there. And if you're looking for additional content, hop in there. Speaking of additional content, I got my whole channel here. So just scroll down, look at all the stuff. I make shorts every day. I do tons of stuff. So please check out all my other work. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you've done all that and you're still looking for additional stuff, well, we've got our Poke friends down here. Kit and Cat Aubrey and Kit and Cat Aubrey sales on TCG Player. Tim and Nathan over at Pokemon Father and Son. Ozzy over at Oscorp. Aria Quinn and the whole family at Aria Quinn Plays. Eric the Epic. Amion Go with Amion and Chloeon. EML Collectibles. And the Real Venusaur. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you all as always, and we'll see you on the next one.